So once you have created the asset heads and the liability heads like these, then the next step is to go on and update various attributes of these assets and liabilities, such as the values or the current values, the ROIs, the returns that you're getting from these assets, and similarly for liabilities. So let's try and see how to update the values. The most simple way to update the value of any asset or liability is to click on the edit link for that particular asset or the liability. So I'm going to edit one asset for you and also one liability for you just to show you how it is done. And then of course you can do the remaining yourself. There's a special case when there are sub assets in an asset. For example, in mutual fund, you might have 10 different mutual funds you're holding, so that's a slightly different case which I'll handle it in a separate video. So right now I'm going to tell you how to update simple assets like PPF, gold, which are kind of don't have sub assets. So you have only one PPF account, for example. So you want to update that particular asset. Again, in this case, if you have multiple PPF accounts, then you will have to handle it via sub assets, which is, as I said, will be shown in a separate video. Liabilities are always simple, so you can just update them directly. So let's update a simple asset PPF, for example, which we assume has you have only one account and you're holding PPF in one particular account. So let's see how to do that. So you're going to click on the edit link for this PPF asset, and a new window will pop up here where you will see the asset name, which is editable, but usually we do not allow the asset name to be edited quite often because it leads to a lot of other confusions. If you need to really edit the name, you will have to specifically click on edit link here and then edit the name. Okay, but usually names are not editable so that they don't get edited by mistake and we lose the other property. So that's why. Then you're going to select the type of the asset. So this asset is a PPF asset. So I'm going to select PPF here. Sub assets are zero in this case. So there's only one PPF account I'm holding. So this it's pretty simple asset. I'm going to enter the value of this particular asset. Now remember to look at these help sections here against each of these attributes because they will give you some useful information. For example, when you're updating the value, you should enter the current value, not your invested value, expected value, or anything else. The current value of that particular asset. Uh, that is the value that you're likely to fetch if you were to liquidate this asset today. Okay. Uh, Similarly, the ROI, when you're mentioning the ROI, look at the help section. The ROI is always annualized ROI. Do not enter any expected ROI. And you should adjust the ROI for any taxes. So if you're, let's say, getting 6% from FDs and there is 30% tax, so effectively you're going to enter 4.5%. So that's how you're going to look at it. So I'm going to enter the value as, let's say I have 5 lakhs in my PPF account. So I'm going to enter it here and I'm going to enter the value or the ROI of PPF. So the current ROI I'm getting is 7.1%. So remember, this is the current value and the current ROI that I'm getting. And I've already updated the asset type and I'm going to just click on update asset, and as you would see, the asset gets updated here. They are sorted and listed in the order of value, so it comes at the first place right now. Similarly, for updating liability is pretty simple. Home loan, I'm going to click on edit and I'm going to say I have a total of about 7 lakhs to yet to be paid. Okay, this includes my total pending EMIs. So I'm going to click on update liability, and that's how it gets adjusted here. And that's how you're going to update all your assets and liabilities, and your net worth will be calculated after adjustment of all your assets and liabilities. Okay, so go ahead, update all your simple assets and liabilities, and I'll talk about specific complex assets which have sub assets inside them in a separate video. Thank you.